Hello, anonymous strangers on the internet. Welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Prison Architect. As you can see here, I sold my previous prison to make a big whopping $930,000. That is because I sold it before we had the massive outbreak of murder. Fun fact, this is going to be... I don't even know why I act like I'm going to put a door there. No one's going through there, silly prisoners. This is going to be a Let's Play Prison Architect Alpha 35. With Alpha 35, there were a few exciting changes. These changes include the gang system actually does something now, which is pretty cool. Though with how the gang system is currently implemented, there can be a max of 3 gangs in the game. Now, if we did what I tried to do with my last prison, which ended up failing because I got distracted and I can't pay attention to anything longer than 5 seconds, we would have each of these sections or quarters of the prison sectioned off for a different need. We're not going to do that this time, and here's why. If we were to do that, just put that there, put this here. If we were to do that, here's the problem we would run into. Our gangs wouldn't interact with each other. We might end up with a minimum security gang, a normal security gang, and a maximum security gang. If that happens, they have 0 contact with one another, and so there's no interaction, no challenge, no problem. Also, anyone who watched our last episode knows how incredibly difficult I found it to get the game to be lost. When they were doing the alpha video, they kept adding like this drama, and they're like, oh, it's so challenging having gangs in your prison, it'll wreck everything. But even then, when they went to usurp the prisoners, like, they couldn't get an actual riot to happen that lasted more than a few seconds. When they locked up the leader of the gang in the video, there wasn't really any true threat, I felt. And this isn't surprising to me. I mean, I sort of saw it coming, right? Like, yes, you can do whatever you really want, and there won't really be any consequences. That's essentially the gist of the game right now. I'm hoping that won't be the case forever, because that would make me sad. Yeah, so here's what I'm doing right now. I'm making us a cleaning cupboard. I think that's the right size. I'm making us a holding cell, because that's part of one of the grants. I need to figure out where I want my canteen to be. I'm going to probably throw it over here. Why not, right? Nice big canteen. I don't remember how big to make the kitchen, so I'm going to throw it over here. Kitchen, canteen. Have to go across the hall. Don't know if I like that, actually. We'll just do this. Anyways, so some of the problems that we would run into is that you have a prison and you want them to interact, but if you have all the securities, you're probably not going to have gangs that are really involved with one another. They're going to probably set each other off, maybe by proxy from a great distance, but it's not going to be significant. So what I'm trying to do here is we're going to set up a prison that's all one security. I'm guessing we're going to probably do normal security, or we're just going to have everything mixed. Consequently, these minimum security guys will not be joining us. The reason for this is minimum security guys are going to get F'd in the A if they happen to go anywhere near the normal security guys, just because of the risk of them being snitches, which is a huge problem. So here's how our layout is going so far. I'm planning on having this be a holding cell. Once we get the prisoners set up, we'll probably change it into something else. Cafeteria, canteen, not cafeteria. Kitchen, cleaning cupboard. I don't remember the exact measurements, even though I used to for everything, but this is going to be our reception area here. We'll go do a little strippy searchy when guys come in. It'll be fun, very experiencing. Not awkward at all. I'm going to need a chapel. I'm going to need parole. I'm going to need visitation. So I'm going to go ahead and put chapel over here. I'm hoping this will be my shop front, I'm thinking. And I think parole has to be a minimum of 5 by 5, which is stupid for such a small room. doesn't make sense to me. The only thing you can have in there is one parole going at a time. But whatever. So we're going to probably do visiting room and then parole behind it. That way I don't have to have as many metal detectors, and visitation is probably not a great way for them to walk through, but whatever. Then we're going to need a yard. We're going to need showers. Yeah, that's fine. I'm thinking we're going to have a workshop closer to the front here. How I'm planning on designing this prison is we'll have everything useful up here in the center, and then we'll have cells outwards. Though honestly, if I think about that, that doesn't really make sense, because outwards is where you get contraband, outwards is how you dig out and run away, but no, we're not going to do a sensible thing and keep everybody in lockdown. We're going to keep everything cool up in the center. Because otherwise it's just so inefficient to have to walk everywhere, right? So screw security, long live efficiency. So let's see here. We're going to have to lock off some of this space for exports, imports, deliveries, so on and so forth, which is I'm going to do over here too. I'll get that down here and here. And then we'll have deliveries up top and then garbage and exports at the bottom. That seems reasonable to me. So, also anyone who watched my last series knows that it was incredibly difficult to actually lose the game. And so I'm super hopeful, even though it didn't seem to be that way from watching the alpha video, that this will add some challenge, some much, much needed challenge. Because I just currently don't feel like there is any. I wish there was. That would be pretty sweet. But I don't feel like there is. 1x3. That's weird. Okay, whatever. And we're going to have a gatesy gate here, maybe. Nah, let's not have a gatesy gate there. We'll just, we will have a gate there, actually. I take it back. We're going to have fences there. That way, if I have prisoners delivering things, it'll be less awkward. So, next to deliveries, we're going to have our mailroom, which, how big is the mailroom? You can make it super efficient, but we're doing a small prison, so I'm not super worried about efficiency right now. Like, the max size to get the most efficiency. Like, most of these things, if you have a 20x20 room, that's your ideal situation. But I'm not aiming for that. I'm going to just aim for this, I think, because I don't need to have a bunch of guys working, because I don't have a bunch of prisoners, right? And then we'll just have a huge-ass deliveries area. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Can make these solitary cells. That's not awkward. That'll work. Okay, I'm fine with that. Deliveries and solitary. Perfect. Last time what happened is I had this mailroom here, and then guys could just walk out, which was, whoops, awkward. Okay, so then we're gonna have I think I want 8x10. Yeah, I think 80 squares is the most efficient. So maybe 9x9, because that's 81, which is fine with me too. That'll be our workshop. It's right next to exports, which is convenient for us. And then we're gonna have to have a door out here for the mailroom, and then out here. Hopefully my lovely guards don't open this for prisoners before I have gates set up, but you know, they do what they do. What rooms am I forgetting? So I have visitation, don't have laundry, I don't have a common room, I don't have the staff offices, but I'm going to just probably put those back here. Maybe that's what I'll do next, because that's something I just don't have to worry about then. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, not big enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no, I think 4 is fine. 2, 3, 4. Is there anything over here that has to be bigger than 4? I can't remember if there's like staff rooms 4x4. Oh, kennels 5x5. Okay, that's what I needed. so everything else is 4x4 though. You bastards. Okay. You know, I don't think I'm going to dedicate this much room to the shop. Because I never actually had a significant number of prisoners use it. So maybe I'll make it a 5x5. Okay, so we have 4x4. We'll put our kennel somewhere else, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So we have 4 offices there, but I think I actually have more staff members now because I have the psychologist. I'll hire the foreman to be over by the workshop area maybe. It's a little less secure that way, but it'll be fine. And then I need to have a staff room anyway, so that's okay. And then I can have the kennel over in that direction too. So that means I have the accountant, I have the lawyer, I have the chief, I have the warden. And then I need to have an office for the psychologist. So we're going to go ahead and do a 4x4 here, which is actually going to be 6x6 because your walls are 2 spaces. And then we're going to do 6x6, and then we can do the kennel here. I don't like how that looks. You know what, maybe I'll put the kennel in here. Yeah, that's fine. I'll have the kennel there. I'm also going to have the armory, and I'll just make that 5x5 as well. Okay, so kennel, armory, office, 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 staff room. I'm going to add this here to make that my way to get to the staff room and the rest of these offices, I think. Just because I don't want to give too much, and then that'll be our warden's office. It'll be a little larger, a little bit more luxurious, whatever. And then the foreman can just have a direct way to get over here. And then I usually have to put the office of our psych somewhere else. So actually, if I did take this down and I did put it back to being a 4x4, and then I could just do 4x4 here. And then I don't remember how big common rooms are supposed to be, but I've learned that if I make L shapes, weird stuff happens, so we'll put the common room. Actually, I could put the common room right here, and then I can have a fairly large one. Mostly the common room is just used for gang activity, and then also for Alcoholics Anonymous. So let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's fine. Okay, so let's see here. Where does this leave us? Cafeteria, canteen, common room, shrink. I need to add, I don't even remember what this room is, but I like it. I need to add a chapel for sure. Chapel next to solitary seems entertaining, but wrong. Which I think the chapel has to be 5x5. I don't remember exactly. And then I had visitation, parole, mailroom. Don't have a classroom, and I don't have a library yet. So yeah, let's go ahead and add those. So I'll have a classroom and a library. And then I need an infirmary and a morgue. I like to have my infirmary and morgue next to the canteen, because that way if I have injured prisoners, they can just go up then. Does the infirmary have a specific size it has to be? Nope, just gotta be indoors. All right. I like to have a few beds in there because there are lots of substance abusers in our fine establishment. We'll go ahead and build it out to here. And the beds are 2x2, I believe, so this should give us room for 1, 2, 3, 4 beds. And then a slab for our morgue, so that's perfect. I like it. We'll have the entrance right there. I used to do this funky things with the door to have the metal detector built in. I didn't notice it actually helping, so I'm not too picky about that. So let's see. Oh, that was my holding cell, that's right. And then it's going to turn into something else. I don't know what else to turn it into, though. Because I think I have the majority of things built. I just need yards, showers, prison cells, blah, 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 blah. So, oh, library and classroom. Those are what I'm missing. And laundry. Library, classroom, laundry. Okay. Where do I want the library and classroom at? Probably close to each other. Why not, right? Like, and then this is just the psych and common room. So why not somewhere over there? Maybe over here, actually. Classrooms don't have to be that large, but it is nicer if they're a little bit bigger to fit the you know, I'm not really going for anything too grand at the library either. Because like I said, this is a smaller prison. It doesn't have to be huge to max out your workforce. It just gives them more money to spend on drugs anyway, so I'm not too attached to that idea. We might just end up sticking with a large holding cell. I'm okay with that too. This will be our shop front here. And then people can get in from there, and then the psych's office will lead into the common room directly. Okay. And then we'll have a door here. You guys are going to want a way out, so we'll put it over here. Actually, I'm going to put it... I'm going to put that there, actually, and then my way over there. Then I can line that with refrigerators to store the food. I don't know if that's going to be big enough. I can actually plan this out, like, legitimately, but that's not how I'm feeling at the moment. I don't remember what this was. It's only 3x3. Oh, infirmary and morgue. Okay. So, I think we're mostly fine. We're going to need a laundry room. We'll throw that down here or something. And that'll be fine. And then everything else is just going to be designing prison cells. So let's go ahead and get this underway. So you have 24 hours before the first day. We're going to see if we can build everything out before, or at least like the minimum before that happens. I usually build brick prisons. Let's go ahead and build a concrete prison today. So let's go here, build this out. Here to build this out. We're going to hire lots of workmen. And then I'm going to build a fence so I don't forget to build a fence, which is what usually happens. Here. And here. Here. Yeah. Okay. Since this is my holding cell. Also, fun experiment from last time. We learned if I just put a normal door on our holding cell, the prisoners will actually choose not to leave. So that's fun. We're gonna need to have a staff door here. And then, oh, you know what I completely forgot? I need to build my utilities room. We might be able to get away with just one utility thing, but we'll just make this large. It can also be our storage, so it's not a big deal to have it be a little bit bigger. Because I always think it's better to not run out of important things like utilities. And then we'll just put our pump station one away, and then we'll line this up with capacitors. Since we're just building right now, we'll go ahead and fast forward this so it goes a little bit faster. We're also going to need an electrical wire to go here. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and finish making this an office so we can hire our warden. So we need a chair, a You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and zone this first, because then I'll just automatically find the things that I need. Okay, so we're going to need a chair, we're going to need a filing cabinet, and we're going to need an office desk. Bam. Nice and cozy. No room to move. Just the way an office should be. And then we're gonna hire our warden. And then as soon as he gets hired, let's get our bureaucracy going. So we're gonna go figure out this, that, psychology, health, maintenance. Yeah, probably shouldn't select everything at once. What usually happens though is I'll completely forget to do something. And it'll put me in a bit of a bind. So, no forgetting, no forgetting. Just do everything now, it'll be fine. Okay, they're building out the perimeter wall. That'll be good. I have the perimeter wall not being built in certain locations, which means that I should remember a little bit quicker to build the areas that could be massive security risks, like that area. And perhaps these areas. That means that they're also going to need doors, so let's build a stuffy stuff door here. I haven't built a security room area yet. I most likely will. It'll probably end up that that's what this holding cell turns into once I'm done with it being a holding cell. But, I mean, we'll see for sure when we get there, right? And that needs to be foundation. And then this needs to just have a... Actually, I like to keep staff doors on here too, because at least if prisoners are entering, I should know about it. Excuse me, my throat's really clogged right now. Which is just so lovely sounding, isn't it? My throat is clogged. Let me drink some water. Okay. So our guys are working pretty hard, that's good. Let's start laying out some wire so that we don't have rooms with mystery darkness. Oh, I haven't built an entrance to this one yet. Let's go ahead and take care of that by adding a staff door here. And we'll separate them with the walls later. What usually happens is I decide walls are stupid and it's silly to have boundaries between you and your people, so then I don't actually end up building a wall at all. But promise that won't happen this time, maybe. We're gonna need some water. I really should have thought about where our utilities have to go earlier, but they're honestly gonna have to go everywhere because that's how prison layouts are going to work. So I'm not too worried about this, and this is going to need lots of water for the sinks, so we'll throw those down there. I keep forgetting what this room is, but I'm pretty sure it's the infirmary, which is silly. I'm not forgetting what my room is. So we're gonna go throw a toilet down here. They're gonna want a bench. Maybe that's an odd shape. Benches don't go up there. Maybe you get 2 benches then, just because I like some semblance of symmetry, even though that's not usually how I build my prisons at all. For anyone who's watched my last one, I was like, screw symmetry, symmetry's stupid. Yeah, this way we'll have about 10 beds, 15 beds, that'll be good. It'll be a good start. That'll hold our prisoners for a few days while we get their food situation sorted out. Let's go ahead and actually begin working on that. So concrete. Food is nice. Staff door here. Regular door here. Regular door here. And regular door here. We'll throw a staff door down here. Staff door down here. I usually don't like to have this many entrances into the canteen, just because then I feel like you also need to have that many metal detectors into and from the canteen. But I think that's probably fine. Like I said, this is a smaller prison, so I don't feel as bad about expending extra resources, you know? And this is going to need a little bit there, and there. We're gonna have to have a bunch of electricity running through here too. I don't remember exactly what our pattern's going to look like, but why not? Let's just throw it everywhere. That's the problem when you have a bunch of money. It doesn't really matter to you as much if your system is stupid and doesn't make any sense. Currently my prison has many, many openings, so we need to not have any guards for a few more seconds. So we're gonna lock this open. We're going to build, oops, I'm building a concrete prison this time. Stop forgetting, you silly, silly person. We're gonna build this out and this out. And then we're going to need, that's clearly a top priority, demolishing that little wall. We're going to need this here and this here. Oh, I remember the problem with the perimeter wall is you can't build things through them, but that's fine. It just makes it weird with your utilities because you can't dig under them or something, I guess. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and slop that down there. Slop this here and slop that there. We're going to build this into our reception area. Yes, this should all be fine. I'll put a staff door there, staff door here. That always already has doors. That always has doors. Okay. And I don't think there's any other large gaping exits currently, so that should be fine. So we'll just need them to take care of that, and then we'll hire some guards. So you guys enjoy being in lockup there. There's no problem with not having any security in your life. This is done, so I can put this back to normal. Excellent, excellent. Rooms. Building setting. Rooms. Reception. There's a chair, there's a desk, there's a table. Okay, our big amazing exit points seem to have been taken care of, so I'll go ahead and hire some guards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 guys for six guys. That seems fine. Let's see here. Can I get any grants? 2 offices, hire a warden, hire an accountant. Let's do this one. Looks like I can make the staff room super fast. Rooms. Staff room. Staff room. Staff room. Do I not have a staff room? No, I just don't have a staff room. Here we go. Here's my staff room. How's this going? Okay, so I have a few of these things unlocked, so let's go ahead and get them working too. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a office here. That will be my accountant's office, so accountant. And then need to zone that as an office first. It's beautiful. You're welcome. And I need to have this be a wall. This be a wall. I selected excellent. And then I need to have doors, solitary doors. One fun thing I learned recently is you can actually have your solitary confinement be bigger than one block. One thing that I've learned you can do is you can build it to be larger than that. And then one of the amazing, oh look at that, you're all, oh good, you had a door you're carrying. Consequences of that is they actually like shower and other weird stuff while they're locked in solitary. It's pretty swanky. Okay, so no accessible canteens. Oh yeah, they're gonna starve, that's fine. I need to, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Thank you for watching, and next time we'll continue hiring our staff, making them do things that are bureaucratic like, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.